Humans hid an entire star behind a single ship. I rejected the censor report before I finished reading it. Stars cannot disappear. Not without collapse. Not without death. Yet our observatory floated in perfect silence while one white star simply vanished. No explosion. No radiation spike. No gravitational distortion. Just darkness. I was observer ninth lattice of the collective memory choir. My species measured reality by patterns. Everything repeated. Everything obeyed. Everything could be predicted. Humans did not exist inside any pattern. At first, we assumed our instruments had failed. That was the safest explanation. Then every station across 6 sectors reported the same impossible darkness. The star had not died. Something stood between it and us. Something impossibly large. Our calculations insisted the object exceeded every known warship ever constructed. We laughed. Not with sound. Our species released synchronized electromagnetic pulses when amused. The entire observation chamber shimmered with confidence. It had to be debris. Perhaps a wandering moon. Perhaps a sensor illusion. Never a ship. Then the object moved. Slowly. Deliberately. A perfect rectangle emerged from the darkness. Its surface reflected nothing. Not light. Not heat. Not even our active scans. It swallowed every signal we touched it with. Only one symbol glowed across its endless black hull. A tiny blue sphere. Earth. I immediately understood. Humans wished to frighten us. That was logical. Primitive civilizations always relied upon intimidation before surrender. I archived the encounter under psychological display. Mistake 1. 3 diplomatic vessels approached the giant craft. They carried no weapons. No defensive arrays. Only translators. Humans appreciated conversation. Every database confirmed this. Humans negotiated. Humans traded. Humans argued endlessly. Conflict always came last. A stable pattern. Reliable. Predictable. The Terran vessel remained silent. Not one transmission. Not one warning. Not one acknowledgement. Our diplomats continued forward anyway. Naturally. Silence indicated fear. Every intelligent species feared the collective. Humans would prove no different. The first Terran message finally arrived. Only 6 words. Turn around while you still can. Our translators checked the grammar 31 times. No insults. No demands. Only advice. I dismissed it immediately. Humans wish to appear mysterious. Psychological theater again. Mistake 2. Our diplomats ignored the warning. Distance closed. 1,000 kilometers. 500. 100. The giant ship still refused to move. Confidence spread across the chamber. Humans were bluffing. Obviously. No civilization builds a vessel that enormous. Resources alone made it impossible. Our calculations proved it. Then reality changed. The black hull dissolved. Not physically. Visually. Like mist evaporating. The ship had only been camouflage. Behind it waited something infinitely worse. A fleet. Thousands. No. Millions. Every vessel had hidden inside the impossible shadow. The giant object had never been a battleship. It had been a door. My processing organs froze. No fleet could remain concealed inside open space. Volume prevented it. Physics prevented it. Everything prevented it. Humans ignored everything. The diplomats finally hesitated. Good. They had recognized danger. At last. Then every Terran vessel powered down. Weapons offline. Engines silent. Formation motionless. I relaxed. Classic intimidation. Display overwhelming force. Demand surrender. Pattern restored. Predictable again. Mistake 3. Hours passed. Nothing happened. Days passed. Nothing happened. The human fleet remained perfectly still. Not drifting. Not maneuvering. Waiting. Our admirals celebrated. The humans fear escalation. I agreed. Predators always displayed strength before retreat. Humans had reached the retreat phase. Obviously. The collective Senate voted unanimously. Advance. Occupy. Disarm Earth. No resistance expected. Our invasion fleet accelerated. Millions of ships crossed the border. The Terrans did not react. Still waiting. Still silent. I admired their discipline. For prey, they behaved unusually well. Then one impossible detail reached my station. Every civilian human transport was leaving Earth. Children first. Elders second. Hospitals third. If humans expected surrender, civilians should stay. Occupation governments required workers. Why flee? Humans feared witnessing defeat. The explanation fit beautifully. Mistake 4. 3 days later, our fleets entered the Sol system. No resistance. Exactly as predicted. Earth looked peaceful. Blue. White. Beautiful. Almost disappointingly fragile. The Senate broadcast its declaration. Lay down your weapons. No reply. The silence felt wrong. Not fearful. Patient. Then one human child appeared on every communication channel. She could not have been more than 8 cycles old by human standards. She smiled. Why would prey smile? She held up a sheet of paper. On it, written in uneven handwriting, were 6 words. My dad says you're too late. The transmission ended. I expected laughter. Instead, every Terran military signal activated simultaneously. Billions. Billions. None originated from Earth. Every signal came from beyond the outer planets. Beyond our sensor range. Waiting. Watching. Hidden. My certainty cracked for the first time. Had the fleet before us merely been bait? Impossible. Humans repeated patterns. They always negotiated first. Always delayed violence. Always offered peace. That was their nature. Wasn't it? Then our long-range arrays detected movement behind our invasion fleet. Something enormous emerged from empty space. Then another. Then hundreds more. Not cloaking. Not warp. They unfolded. As though the darkness itself had been folded around them. Our escape routes disappeared one by one. The stars behind us blinked out. Again. Exactly as they had before. Only now. I realized the stars were not vanishing. Humans were arriving.
It had never belonged to space. It belonged to humanity. Panic should have erupted across the collective. It did not. Our species rejected panic. We optimized. We calculated. We adapted. That was our oldest pattern. Surely humans could not escape mathematics. Surely numbers would defeat instinct. Our invasion fleet outnumbered every Terran vessel we had counted. Victory remained statistically inevitable. I announced the conclusion to the Senate. No one questioned it. Mistake 5. The first Terran ship fired. Nothing happened. No beam. No missile. No explosion. Our sensors detected only a brief ripple. Several admirals released pulses of amusement. A weapon without visible force? Primitive. Then the rear quarter of our formation simply vanished. Not destroyed. Not shattered. Gone. Thousands of ships ceased to exist. No reiki. No radiation. No distress signals. The empty space where they had been remained perfectly calm. My processors refused the evidence. Matter cannot disappear. The universe does not forget mass. Humans apparently persuaded it to. Our return fire illuminated the void. Plasma. Antimatter. Gravitic lances. Enough power to fracture moons. The Terran fleet remained motionless. Every projectile stopped. Not intercepted. Stopped. Frozen between two heartbeats. Then every shot reversed direction. Our own weapons erased our front lines. I searched desperately for the mechanism. There had to be one. There was always one. Humans never explained. They simply advanced. Still no battle cries. Still no threats. Only silence. That silence frightened me more than any weapon. The Senate ordered full assault. Millions of engines ignited. The stars trembled beneath our acceleration. Human ships did not charge to meet us. They drifted apart. Orderly. Patient. Like opening gates. I celebrated. Finally. They were retreating. The pattern had returned. Mistake 6. We crossed the invisible line they had created. Every Terran vessel disappeared. Our scanners found nothing. Empty space. The Senate declared victory before confirming the battlefield. Then every navigation system failed. North vanished. South vanished. Distance lost meaning. Time fractured. Ships reported arriving before they had departed. Others detected themselves as enemy contacts. Entire battle groups fired upon their own future sensor echoes. I insisted it was electronic warfare, an illusion, a sophisticated deception. Then my own memories changed. I remembered conversations that had never happened. I remembered victories we had never won. I remembered dying. I checked the archive. The archive remembered them too. Humans were not attacking our ships. They were attacking certainty. For my species, certainty was survival. Without it, we unraveled. One by one, our admirals stopped issuing commands. Not because they were dead, because they no longer trusted reality. The Terrans still had not spoken. Then one transmission arrived. No encryption. No distortion. A human voice. Calm. Almost gentle. You were warned. Nothing else. The Senate answered with fury. Planet killer authorization. Earth would burn. The order spread instantly. Every surviving dreadnought locked onto the blue planet. I relaxed. At last. Humans had made the ultimate mistake. Every species broke when its home was threatened. Every species surrendered to save its young. That was the oldest law in the galaxy. The countdown began. 10. 9. 8. Human warships did not move toward Earth. 7. 6. They accelerated away from it. I could not comprehend the decision. Were they abandoning their own world? 5. 4. Cowards. The pattern was finally clear. Self-preservation above all. Every civilization reached that conclusion eventually. 3, 2, 1. Our weapons fired. Earth exploded. Or rather, something shaped like Earth exploded. A perfect sphere of blue fire. The Senate celebrated. I searched for human distress signals. There were none. No screams. No pleas. No surrender. Only silence. Then the wreckage dissolved. Not into debris. Into light. A projection. A decoy. The real Earth had vanished days earlier. Every ocean. Every city. Every forest. Every human. Gone. An entire planet had moved. Impossible. Worlds do not relocate. Stars do not hide. Fleets do not unfold from darkness. Humans had violated every law we worshipped. Then the greatest signal I have ever witnessed arrived. It did not come from Sol. It came from everywhere. Thousands of inhabited systems answered. Each transmitted the same Terran identification code. Each activated hidden shipyards. Each revealed concealed defense fleets. Each declared itself human territory. My thoughts froze. Earth had never been humanity. Earth had been their birthplace. Nothing more. While we watched one world, humans had for centuries. Perhaps longer. Our invasion had not trapped them. It had revealed us. We had mapped our entire military for them. Displayed every strategy. Every weakness. Every response. The giant warship that blocked the sun had never been preparing for war. It had been observing. Testing. Waiting to see whether we deserved trust. We had answered. Poorly. The Senate attempted surrender. No response. Not because humans rejected peace. Because they no longer needed it. Not through extermination. Through precision. Ship after ship lost engines. Weapons. Communications. Never life. Humans could have erased us. Instead, they left us alive. Alive to remember. Alive to warn. Centuries have passed since that day. The collective still exists. Smaller. Quieter. Wiser. Every hatchling now learns the first human principle before studying mathematics. If a human offers you a peaceful choice, take it. Because the terrifying thing about humanity was never their weapons. It was that peace had always been their first instinct. War was merely the survival ability they kept hidden until someone forced them to prove the impossible. Humans did not hide a star behind a ship. They hid mercy behind impossible power.